Hello, and welcome to another episode of Pixels and Points.
Hello,
I'm Susie Brown with Redroc, and with me as always.
Matt Nelson. I'm the digital media director here at Redroc. And today we have an article that kind of goes off of Confessions of a Marketer from
Mhm.
and what they're going off on is that he's taking all of his clients off of PMAX.
Yes, and
Now,
this could have been written from, I think, your own diary, Matt, because I've heard you say all of
I
these
just I
things
just didn't
about
have the
PMAX
data.
before.
I didn't have the data to prove that it was. I just never had a good feeling about it. But basically, what PMAX is it's a bucket in Google Ads that they play it as it's somewhere where you can put in your search campaign information, your search
Mhm.
ads, keywords you want to go after, display ads, video, any creative you have, and it's going to place it where it thinks it's going to get the best performance for you based on what your performance metric is, whether it's click-through rates, impressions, or a specific conversions.
Right, and Google will decide where they spend your money instead
Google
of
will
how
make all
traditionally we'll set up each tactic, let it know exactly what KPIs we want for that tactic and what budget.
Yes. And I always had a lot of hesitation, not because it was, well, why do we
You
need
lose
that?
control.
No, it was but it was because like if I make a campaign for a client on PMAX, I would lose all control
Mhm.
because where we pride ourselves on being able to analyze campaigns and see what's working and why it's working and being able to see the back ends, which is I like to see all the knobs and dials. I don't like to just place a campaign and then it's not working. Maybe we need to adjust the targeting a little bit, but you can't tell where the campaign's running. You can't
Yeah,
tell
and which
what.
piece is working and which piece isn't, right? Because there could be some parts of your campaign, even if overall you're not great, that are getting the job done.
Yeah,
And
and
then you've
that's
got
where
to
the Google
concentrate on
reps
that.
would say, well, like that's what PMAX is for, is that it will adjust and run where it wants to. So what this guy is saying that he works from from a very much a e-marketer kind of area for a company, and when they were, for lack of a better word, bullied into spending money on PMAX, taking it away from Google Shopping and putting it on PMAX, and they were seeing a decrease of
Yes, I believe he was using, here it is, Google Shopping before, and they would see revenue, yeah, typically 70 and 80% range. And then when they did the first test with PMAX, incrementally came back less than 10%. So basically, they weren't producing as much incremental revenue as
Yeah.
before.
When they would bring this up with Google, it's basically Google saying like, "You set up something wrong. What did you do wrong? Let's take a look at it. You did it wrong. You did
Right.
PMAX wrong," which is I feel like doing PMAX wrong is hard to do because it's basically a black box that you just dump everything in.
Mhm.
Like I didn't do anything other than what you said.
Right.
So
There are no levers that, as a buyer, you're pushing or pulling or optimizing, right? If they're doing all the
knobs,
optimization and
knobs
it's
and
not
wheels.
working,
Knobs and dials, yes, that we like to play with over here to adjust campaigns and try to get them to run better on specific kinds of. There's no contextual targeting that you can do. It's just you're throwing it in your keywords. So it's doing your search, it's doing your keyword display, it's doing your keyword video, it's doing your YouTube video.
but you never actually know
But you have no
what
idea.
percentage is running on YouTube, what percentage is keyword, right? It's doing all that optimization, and on the back end, it's actually not letting you know where it did optimize to.
So
So that's where I feel
my
like you
big
lose so
hesitation
much.
was my biggest hesitation with this was that it was going to be running it on just tons of MFAs,
Mhm.
and I didn't want to be there. I mean, even though it's saying like we're going to be sending people to your site and they're going to be converting, and I'm like, well, there's bots on those MFAs that will click through and will make a conversion on the site. They may not buy something, but they'll look like they're an engaged audience or something, and it's a bunch of fake. We've had clients where we're just trying to get leads, so nobody's
Mhm.
buying anything, and these MFAs will send bots to your site, and they will fill out those lead forms.
It's crazy,
Not real
but
leads.
it's not translating into sales. So I think what this marketer was talking about, you have to look at that overall lift of revenue, right? Especially when in the digital world, it is so great that you can see all those analytics and see what is driving your income. But when you use PMAX and you don't have any of that information, all you can look at is brand lift or basically incremental, revenue.
And where they were seeing like 80 to 90% range on the incremental revenue, they were only seeing like sometimes they were seeing back 10% or less. So
Hmm.
he's just decided, and as soon as he pulled his money off of PMAX and put it back into shopping, he saw immediate gains back to what he was getting before.
Yep.
So it really was just a matter with the PMAX, and the rest of the article kind of goes on to that his company hired somebody from Google. They were trying to figure out not they're trying to figure out what the problem was, what they were doing wrong, because Google was very insistent that their product was working and things like that.
Yep.
And then we get towards the end of the article, which some fun stuff is revealed, and
Oh, yes. Yes.
revealed, Susie.
Very shocking.
What's revealed?
Revealed basically that Google was giving bonuses to staff that could get their clients on PMAX. So
So yeah,
clearly that's why all support was nothing's wrong, working great, keep it up.
your Google expert that emails you and says, "Hey, we need to have a meeting." It's basically for them to say, and I can't tell you how many meetings I had with these Google experts, where one, they would just look at your campaign, go into the recommendations tab of Google Ads, and just read off what the recommendations are. They're
Right.
basically, if you have a search campaign that's strictly search, they will ask you why you haven't added display ads to it and turned on the display campaign, because it's a search campaign, not a
Exactly.
display campaign.
Totally different campaign.
Eh, just telling that to them blows their minds. Like, why would you do that? So they're obviously getting a bonus for that, and they were getting it every single time I would bring this up. I would be running a display campaign or a video campaign. Is why don't you just turn this into a PMAX campaign? It's because they were
Hmm.
getting a bonus.
Yep,
And
absolutely.
now the big recommendation that's across the board on every campaign, that they say your optimization score is like 60 or 80 or 90 or whatever it is. What's bringing it down is the AI Max,
Yep, the big new shiny toy.
which isn't it's not so much a whole new tactic like PMAX was, but it's a thing that you can add to almost any campaign that will basically, they want you to use their AI algorithm to optimize it.
To
Like,
optimize. But
why
you
is that
still also don't have control or reporting. Yep, if you use
for
AI
that
now.
stuff? Yeah, it's we like to see where we're running. We like to be able to blacklist sites that we're like, why are we on there? That is
Hmm.
part of the contextual site list that we're using, and so we go in there, we blacklist stuff all the time. Can't do that on PMAX. AI Max is a little bit more gentler. It has it'll tell you when it wants to optimize, but once
Hmm.
you click the optimize, and they do have like you have to make sure that when you're
You
setting,
don't know how much kind of thing. Yeah, you're opening the floodgates.
yeah, you have to make sure that when you're running these campaigns, that you go in and you turn off auto optimizations from the thing, because it will, like if you're running a search campaign, if for some reason you don't have a shot site link, or if you don't have any site links on your search campaign for some reason,
Hmm.
and you have auto optimizations, Google will just go ahead and create site links and throw them on there. If you don't
Gotcha.
have all
You're losing all
headlines set
control.
up,
Yeah.
if you have headlines left in there, Google, and you have some auto optimizations, it will go in and it'll create headlines, it'll create descriptions, and it won't ask for your approval. It'll just turn them on.
Right.
So
That's a little scary. And then you don't know what message is out there.
yeah, and
Hmm.
that's been going on for years. So the message is I mean, AI is coming for everything. So just keep an eye on it. There's plenty of articles saying that AI performs better than people, and in some instances it does. But if AI is just learning how to do things based off of what AI has done, then and AI starts to return garbage, then it's going to keep on optimizing towards garbage without any kind of clue as to that it's not optimizing
Right.
for the right people.
And if there's no one overseeing it and checking on the garbage, it's just, yep, going to keep on that cycle.
So yeah, it's when you're working with your agency, just make sure that they're not completely porting you over to an AI basically agent that's
Yep.
putting this all
Set it
together
and
for us.
forget it.
Yeah. So, and we pride ourselves on making sure that all of our campaigns are being watched and optimized by real people.
Hmm.
But we do keep an eye on what AI can do for us, and we keep it a part of one of our options as we're running
Yep.
campaigns. So
Use it as a tool in the toolbox, but we're not giving it the reins
it's
just
not
yet.
there yet. It's definitely not there yet. But yeah, I think that'll do it for us today.
Yep. A little quick PMAX discussion, and we'll be back next week with a new topic.
Thank you very much.
Great. See you next time.